Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. If I can get everyone at the bar area to come have a seat, please. Welcome to the first annual demo day for the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars. Come on in, don't be shy, don't be shy. I can tell we have a lot of good energy in this room here tonight. We've got 10 awesome companies backstage that are just chomping at the bit to tell you their stories. But before we do that, I think we need to collectively calibrate our energy in this room. So on the count of three, don't do it yet. On the count of three, I want everyone to cheer as loud as they can so everyone that's backstage waiting to tell you what they got going on can hear you. Can you guys do that for me? Okay, all right. Here, when I count to three, it's going to need to be louder than that, though. That was sad. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh! All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you guys for that. So like I said, welcome to the first annual demo day for the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars. The Minnesota Twins are on a mission to redefine what a baseball brand can be and do. It's our vision to be bigger than baseball. And while the game of baseball will always be at the core of what we do, we believe a future-proof baseball brand needs to be about more than just balls and strikes and what happens on the field. And the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars is just one manifestation of that vision. I'm Chris Isles, Senior Director of Brand Experience and Innovation for the Minnesota Twins. And what that, hey, thanks. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Hey, all right. Hey, thank you. That was nice. So what that means is for the past 4 months, I've had the distinct pleasure of working alongside, collaborating with, and learning from the 10 amazing startups that you're going to hear from here tonight. It also means that for the last year, I've gotten to work closely with our partners at Techstars, which is an incredible team, and we are shaping what we believe will become the premier sports tech accelerator in the world. Yeah, exciting times indeed, but how did we get to this point to be surrounded by like all of you awesome people here tonight? I'll tell you, well, in the height of the pandemic, the Minnesota Twins decided to take a hard look inward, and we embarked on a journey to evolve our brand. With the expertise of people from across our great organization, some strategic help from our partners at Zeus Jones, insights from our fans and the broader community, we underwent an extensive design thinking exercise centered around sports innovation. With the concept of a startup accelerator kind of percolating up to the top, we began a worldwide search for a partner that could help us bring that vision to life, and the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars was born. I get asked all the time, why would a baseball brand like the Minnesota Twins start a tech accelerator? And I'll tell you, it's real simple. It's 3 reasons. It's brand, it's about culture, and it's about revenue for us. First and foremost, this accelerator is a brand play. Like I said before, we're working on expanding our brand beyond baseball, and the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars is one way we're doing that. Second, this is a culture play. We're looking to infuse innovation across our culture, and what better way to do that than to expose people at all levels of our organization to the innovative thinking and entrepreneurial spirit of the startup founder. And third, this is a long-term revenue play for us. As the Minnesota Twins and sports teams in general seek to diversify our revenue streams, investing in the talented founders that you're going to hear from tonight is one way we're doing that. So again, it's about brand, it's about culture, and it's about revenue. Now shifting gears real quick, there are some people in this room that might not be familiar with what an accelerator is, so we thought it would be a good idea to give you guys a peek behind the scenes of the Minnesota Twins Accelerator to get your head around what goes on at an accelerator, to hear directly from the founders, the mentors, and the personalities that have made this program so great.
We're standing right in our space right now. You can see a lot of our founders that are behind me. And what we do is we bring together entrepreneurs from all over the world. They've actually come to Minnesota to get mentorship from the entrepreneurship community here and from the Minnesota Twins and Polad organizations.
I think for us it can infuse a level of innovation, a new mindset across our organization, the opportunity for so many of our leaders to be involved with these founders, to have an opportunity to mentor, to learn, to think about how we can push the boundaries, push the limits.
Sports in general, in particular the sport of baseball, needs to reimagine some things, and what better way than to partner with tech startups that have implication on our business and can help us see a future that we couldn't necessarily see ourselves and stretch our thinking across the board.
I think for a sports team to not consider themselves as just the product on the field, as just a baseball team, just a soccer team, just a football team. If your fan base can think of you and experience you outside of a hat, which is one way, and outside of the walls of your ballpark or your stadium, that I think is ultimately what we're striving to be, is a brand that extends beyond just the diamond itself.
When we first sat down and chose these companies, I didn't quite appreciate that, in fact, there are several companies here that we could end up investing in, and I didn't quite appreciate that when I first got involved with the program.
In the beginning, it's like mayhem. You're just trying to get to know everybody. There's a lot going on. You still have to run your company. But I think it allowed us to build a family within a larger family, like an ecosystem within Techstars and the Twins. And so there were these highs and lows that we all went through, that we achieved together, that we experienced together. We have this bond together, just like a sports team.
Just being in the program has just been such a great way to, accelerate the business in a lot of ways. We've made amazing connections with everybody in the cohort, with Chris from the Twins being such a great supporter, and everyone else on the Twins being amazing as well. It's just been, I think, a really, really meaningful program for April and I. We, again, expected a lot out of the program, but we've gotten even more than I think we expected.
I think the biggest surprise is how supportive the Twins have been and how hands-on the entire Techstars and Twins team has been with helping us, bring our vision to life here in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
It's definitely a work hard, play hard mentality. It's crazy to think that the Techstars network is able to get so many volunteers into this to come in and talk to us and have this experience where this is all on their free time.
I'm most impressed with how well organized the program is, and just, these entrepreneurs come in and they've got these businesses, but just the training and the mentoring and just how they've really got this really well-oiled machine in place.
I think that this program is exactly the type of thing the Twins need to do if we want to continue to adapt, to evolve, and really to innovate. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what the startups bring during demo day.
And just seeing the passion for what they do, and the willingness to put it all on the line. I think there is a part of each one of us that have thought of things and had creative ideas when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night, and very few of us take that leap. And to see somebody so bullish, a group of people, frankly, about what they believe, so much so that they walked away from, in some cases, really high-paying, really successful jobs because they believe. And if we can all find a little bit of that belief in us, there's no limit to the things that we can do.
Yeah, so as you can see from the video, we all learned a lot. We had a ton of fun, and we all collectively, Minnesota Twins included, were able to take our businesses to a new level through this program. Before I turn the mic over to our friends at Techstars to talk a little bit more about the program and the process, I'd like to take a quick minute to thank some of the many key individuals that were involved in making this program happen. I'll start with people from the Minnesota Twins. Thanks to Joe Polad, Heather Hinkle, Austin Schwartz, Dave St. Peter, Mika Morris, Jason Lee, Laura Day, Kip Elliott, John Avenson, Daniel Adler, Mike Clough, Kevin Hughes, Ivan Cardona, Kristen Rorfret, Sandra Shashelski, and many, many more. Now, that's a lot of names, but this is truly a program that was born out of a collaborative spirit and has touched all facets and levels of our organization. From the broader Polad companies, I'd like to thank Beth Lilly, Denise Mallory, and Rachel Lockett, who are instrumental in lending their expertise. And last but certainly not least, massive thank you to our incredible partners at Techstars, without whom none of this would be possible. Huge thank you to Nancy Wolf, Brett Brohl, Sarah Bain, Jess Stahlbaum, Pete Nelson, Jack Dempsey, Suhad Safi, Adi Adara, Ayo Ekpo, Stephanie Rich, and many, many more. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to tonight's next speaker. And he's the leader of the most experienced Techstars venture capital team in the world. That is a fact. Please join me in welcoming the Managing Director of the Minnesota Twins Accelerator by Techstars. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Brohl.
Man, it's kind of fun having a lot of people in a room. We haven't gotten to do one of these since 2019. I like the energy. It's okay to get loud and cheer and applaud when you hear something you like. I know none of you are here to see me speak, so I will do my best to keep it short. Since Chris just got off the stage, I did want to say a big thank you to the Twins and POLAD organizations. When we talk about programs like this, we talk about our partner in a program like this, and very intentionally, it's not a sponsor. These things aren't names on a banner. The Minnesota Twins and POLAD organizations provided a lot of mentors, they've provided resources, they've provided expertise, they've opened up their networks for these companies, they provided facilities. They go deep with the startups that come through this program and really do help them make a difference. So thank you so much. It's been an amazing partnership already. Really excited about this year's class, but also future classes together. So thank you again for your willingness to take a bet on us. We do have 10 sets of founders that are excited to tell you how they're going to change the world, but before I let them come on stage, I got to tell you a little bit more about Techstars. I also have to say a few thank yous myself. And then a quick note, I know a lot of you had the chance to meet with the founders as you were mingling early on, but you'll notice their booths are set up around the outside of this area. So once we're done with the pitches, take some time, go talk to those companies. The whole purpose of them being up here is hopefully to drive some interest from you to come talk to them. Maybe you want to buy their product. Maybe you want to go work for them. Maybe you want to invest in them. All of those things are options. So please take some time to meet them. I promise you that they're all good people and great founders. Let me tell you a little bit more about Techstars real quick. So Techstars is the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. That's our goal. I believe that nobody can affect change on the planet faster than an entrepreneur can. And so it's a worthwhile mission to help them take their companies to the next level. And that's what we do here. We've done it with thousands of companies. We've had thousands of people mentor for Techstars programs, and thousands of people invest in Techstars companies. My favorite statistic that we have at Techstars is that about 83% of our portfolio companies are either still active or have been acquired. And that flips traditional venture capital and entrepreneurship on its head, where about 90% of traditional startups fail. And the reason that we have this success is really the mentorship-driven accelerator process that these 10 companies recently went through. I'm going to quickly give you a little story of what they've experienced over the last 3 months. So the first month of our program, we call it Mentor Madness. Each company met about 100 people over a 3-week span. They did really quick 20-minute speed dates, about 10 a day for 3 weeks straight. It's a lot of fun. It's an amazing way to expand your network incredibly quickly. But you walk into one room and you get one piece of advice, and oftentimes you walk into the immediately next room and you get the exact opposite piece of advice. So heads are spinning, they get all kinds of things, but they're just data points. They take all of those data points, they take this new network that they have, and they use it to then go execute against it. What are new opportunities you have? What are new options you found? What are people that you need? Where are your holes? And so that second month of program is focusing on leveraging that new network that you have and all those new data points that you have to do something better, to move faster. And then the third month of program, we start working on how do you retell your story. You've rethunked your business. How do we talk about it? One of the big maybe shocks is that entrepreneurs are actually terrible at talking about their own companies. They're not great at describing, this is the pain point that I'm solving. This is how I'm solving it, and this is how I'm going to take over the world. It's actually a really hard thing to do concisely and quickly to somebody that's never heard of your industry. And it takes a lot of work. And they work on it not just for tonight, but they work on it so when they're recruiting people to come work for their companies or organizations, when they're raising venture capital, when they're selling, it's a story they can use over and over and over again. And so it's really worth putting the time and effort into it. Now, the Techstars program is really special. We've had a lot of success. And truly the reason is because of mentors. When people ask me what makes Techstars special and what makes Techstars work, there's not a secret sauce here. It's because we have phenomenal mentors that are willing to donate their time and to help entrepreneurs succeed. I want to take a quick second. If you were a mentor for a program, would you stand up? Thank you all. It makes Techstars kind of a choose your own adventure. No matter what you need help with, we have people that can help you and plug those holes or help you think about how to plug those holes. So again, thank you so much, mentors. I also need to take a second to thank our team. I know Chris called them out earlier, but it takes a lot of people to put this on and to make this happen. I literally didn't walk into this venue until today, so that tells you how much I had to do with making tonight happen. It's very little. So thank you so much to Sarah and Jess and Pete. Really appreciate the efforts that you put into it. You guys are great, a great team to work with, so thank you so much. We also have a really, really cool program for associates, and we have great associates that came through. Thank the three of you for helping these startups. And these associates, they come in, and they literally are like, okay, 10 companies, how can I help you? That's their job. It's company to company to company. What can I do? What do you need help with? What holes can I fill? It's a really cool opportunity for them, but they provide a tremendous amount of value for the startups that are going through our program. So thank you so much for the time and effort that you put into this and for helping these companies kind of take it to the next level. I do want to thank our global network partners as well. These people provide some great perks for the startups and also open up their networks and help come in and mentor the startups as well. So thanks to the global network partners, if any of you are out there, really appreciate it. And last but certainly not least, we need to thank the families. It is an intense 3-4 months. This one lasted about 4 because of the holidays. It's an intense 3-4 months. Entrepreneurship in general is an absolute roller coaster ride. It's crazy. I know from personal experience that without the support of the family and your loved ones and the people around you, you just can't succeed. It's really hard. Like within a day, within an hour, you're riding crazy high, and then you're falling off a cliff, and you're back up. It's an intense ride. And it's not the normal ride. It's not the easy path. So without the support of families, entrepreneurs just wouldn't succeed. So I appreciate all of you. I know a lot of you are in the crowd right now. Thank you so much for your willingness to let these companies do something crazy. And in a way, all of these companies become new family members for Techstars community. And so I do want to thank the founders who can't hear me because they're mostly backstage right now for taking a bet on us. You know, they know the Techstars brand, but they give up a lot to come out here to Minnesota and work with us. So really appreciate them giving us that shot. All right, that's my thank yous. I appreciate you listening to me for a brief period of time. Now, we do have 10 companies coming out now. I just want to remind you, I know Chris said it one more time, we're not in a library. It is okay to be loud. It is okay to give applause. These companies have worked really hard. So if you hear something you like, applaud, yell, scream, in a nice way, hopefully. But with that, I do want to invite our first introducer up onto stage. I'm going to invite Beth Lilly to introduce our first startup. Beth was a great mentor for our program throughout the year.
Thank you. Okay. It's an honor to be here tonight and to introduce the first company for the demo day in the Techstars program. It's been an absolute delight to work with Awesomesauce. You know, I've been in the investment business a lot of years, and I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of startups and a lot of early stage companies. And I'm going to tell you that that Awesomesauce, which is right over there, is very, very special. And it's not that they have a good product, because they do. They have a great product. From the minute that I met Paul and Carl last fall, when we were doing the speed dating, I knew I wanted to work with them. Why did I want to work with them? They're visionaries who are solving a problem in this country. They have a passion for products that is unbelievable. But more importantly, they are wonderful entrepreneurs who are just absolutely wonderful people. And the last few months that I've spent with them have been some of the most fun that I've had in a really long time in the investment business. So, introducing Awesomesauce.
Okay,
I'm super, super excited to get this kicked off. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for Techstars for hosting this. Let's jump into it. So there's a lot of buzz around SaaS models, and they're wonderful. They're doing great things, and they're growing wildly. But our version of SaaS, Sauce as a service, that's going to save the world. You see, here's the problem. In the US, we produce 60 billion pounds of plastic waste in a year, and we're here to help solve that. My name is Carl, and back there clicking is my co-founder, Paul, and we're two dads who are setting out to solve this massive problem, which is single-use plastic. Let me hone in a bit. In 2020, Heinz produced 100 million pounds of single-use plastic just in ketchup. That's just Heinz. That ketchup included 120 million gallons of water being shipped globally. But we don't dislike sauce. We love sauce. We love ketchup. We also love mustard. We love barbecue. We love hot sauce. We love secret stadium sauce. We love all sauce. But we think there's a way better way to get saucy. I'd like to introduce you to Awesomesauce, the world's first sustainability-focused sauce and condiment company. Now, the sauce industry is massive. It's $130 billion, and it's projected to grow 5% each year. And we know to shake things up, we needed to make something that's fast, simple, and tastes great. Voila! After months in our test kitchen, we have uncovered a proprietary new way to sauce responsibly. Now, I would like to show you our patent-pending powder-to-pour technology. Watch this. You take our awesome reusable bottle and you fill it to the line with water. You pour in our top-secret sauce powder and you shake to get all of the sauces that you have come to know and love. But don't just take my word for it, or our customers, or top chefs. In fact, most of you have already had it. That's right. It was on the hors d'oeuvres that were served tonight. Now, guess what? We haven't even been doing this for a year. We started last summer, and in November, we were accepted to Techstars. In December, we did a pilot that sold $10,000 worth of sauce in just 4 weeks. And I'm super excited to announce that in April, you can find Awesomesauce in dispensers at Target Field. We're going to beta launch Awesomesauce into the $108 billion direct-to-consumer food purchasing market, which is massive. Over the last 10 years, it's grown 1,000% a year and continues to expand. With this direction, we win on a few fronts. We win on shipping costs, we win on margins, we win as the sustainable sauce company, and this puts us in direct contact with our consumers, so we know exactly what they want and where they want it. Finally, we're setting ourselves as the gold standard in the sauce industry for delivering both on taste and sustainability, which is hugely important given that 85% of Gen Zers say that a company's sustainable practices have a direct impact on their purchasing behavior. Long term, we will replace all traditional water-based sauces no matter where they're offered. So be that e-com, be that retail, be that restaurants, or in stadiums. So I would like to invite all of you to join Paul and I on our journey to introduce a new type of sauce and take this massive plastic problem off of our kids' plates. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Wim Stocks. I'm the Senior Vice President of Partnerships and Commercial Belong Gaming and Vindex. We are in the esports and gaming business, and that has been my almost my entire career. So what I'm about to introduce you to is an amazing solution to a problem that many here don't understand and don't even know exists. I think everyone's familiar with live streaming. Live streaming platforms, a good example being Twitch or being YouTube gaming. YouTube's primarily known as a video on demand platform, but recently getting very involved in live streaming. And in this realm of live streaming, it's changed, completely disintermediated what it means to be a broadcaster and what it means to be a broadcast. In this new realm, anybody can be a broadcaster. I'll use the Twitch example. Twitch, you download the Twitch API, you get a camera, you have your computer, lo and behold, you're a broadcaster. Twitch today has something like 15 million broadcasters, all essentially their own channel that are delivering content and broadcasting on the Twitch platform. At the same time that broadcasting and broadcasters have grown, so have the number of events that are covered. If you think of the olden days, not every event would have been warranted to have any sort of coverage from a broadcast perspective, but this great amalgam of not only a massive amount of broadcasters bringing a massive amount of content is an amazing thing for what it means to be a broadcaster these days. Gaming has fueled Twitch. Gaming is also the largest content that exists on YouTube. Facebook Gaming is also a streaming platform that is also doing exactly the same thing, bringing content and bringing events to a much broader audience and doing it through a much broader set of broadcasters. What Beyond Ranked does is matches up broadcasters with events. They're doing it. You think about 15 million broadcasters looking for work. There are 100 million events looking for broadcasters. So the platform that they've built matches up broadcasters and events, and they also have a support system that helps the casters manage their careers, manage their business, help them scale, help them grow. It's a pretty amazing platform, and it goes far beyond just gaming and esports, traditional sports as well. Anything that needs a caster for an event, these guys have mastered a platform and a technique to bring them all together. So without further ado, I want to introduce Kyle, the CEO of Beyond Ranked, and he's gonna wow you guys.
What's up, Minneapolis? My name's Kyle, and I'm the CEO of Beyond Ranked, and I'd like to show you a video game clip.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Pretty boring, right? There's not a lot of audio, and it's pretty hard to tell what's going on. Well, over 500 million gamers play in over 100 billion hours of online competitive gaming, just like that, every single year. But what if they could play like this?
Forays, they're trying to find their goals, and being the other goal, of course, and hoping, obviously, it's going to be Circuitry, and hoping it's coming from Pete as he gets stuck on the defense. Circuitry take the lead, 59 seconds left.
That's a lot more exciting. And with Beyond Ranked, every play session can look and feel like that. My co-founder Michael and I built one of the largest recreational esports leagues in the world, with over 5,000 players who competed in 1,000 matches every single week. And they cared most about having a commentator. This matters because commentators make gameplay footage 10 times more engaging. And in a world where gamers are uploading over 2 million clips daily to platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Metal.tv, that's extremely important. These are memories that they're proud of and want to share with the world. And when there's 500 million gamers playing in over 100 billion hours annually, there is an enormous opportunity to change how people experience video games. And that's why we're so excited about Beyond Ranked, the first platform where you can book a commentator for anything. Whether it's a tournament, a league, or a show match between friends, you can find a commentator to amp up your gameplay. When users visit our site, they can filter through a pre-vetted list of commentators to find someone that fits their needs. Want someone who brings the energy? Or maybe someone who's more technical when they cast? How about someone who's just really, really funny? Regardless of what you need, you can find it on Beyond Ranked. And for tournament and league organizers, you can use our platform to book and manage your entire broadcast team. You can use us to find new talent add them to specific broadcasts, and pay them all in one place. And for every hour that's booked on Beyond Ranked, we receive a 25% service fee. And I'm thrilled to announce we've had some incredible traction with over 200 commentators joining the platform and casting over 10,000 hours on Beyond Ranked. And not only that, we partnered with some incredible esports organizations. Belong Gaming, one of the premier in-person LAN centers in the country, is now using Beyond Ranked to book and manage their talent. But this doesn't stop with esports. As more and more youth and high school sports networks turn to live streaming their games, they'll need high-quality commentary at scale. And I'm thrilled to announce that we are now the exclusive production partner for Local Sports Network. Together we can scale high-quality production like never before. But esports and sports footage isn't the only type of content that can benefit from voiceover commentary. How about that hilarious clip of your dogs fighting over their favorite chew toy?
Going to the upright though, high tariff with no opposable thumbs, high risk at this stage. And it's gone and Mabel takes it. No mercy from the younger dog who takes this victory just as time runs out. A famous win built on patience and sheer belief. For Olive, only thoughts of what might have been, but only herself to blame. She's given this one away, and that will hurt most of all. Bad dog.
Or even your 6-year-old kid's baseball game.
Tip number 2 and strike number 2 has just one more to go. No, apparently we're going to work on counting as well as baseball out here, but what a smack. Absolutely blisters that to the outfield as Timmy comes out. Just a little bit of 15 minutes of fame looking at the camera and then says, screw it.
There are hundreds of millions of clips just like these shared on social media platforms every single year. And we believe these memories deserve to be amplified. That's why we created Beyond Ranked, the first platform you can book a commentator for anything. So the next time you have a special moment in your life, book a commentator for it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jack Dempsey, and I've been the mentor in residence for the Twins Techstars program the last 3 months. And I had a chance to work with all 10 companies, and they're all awesome. And I'm really, really excited about this next company. Why? Well, most of us love sports. You turn on your television or your laptop, no matter what cable or streaming service you have, there are literally dozens and dozens of dedicated sports channels for you to watch. There's college sports, professional sports, recreational sports, but you don't see a lot of high school sports. In fact, there is no high-quality, low-cost streaming or broadcast service for high school sports. Well, at least there wasn't a high-quality, low-cost streaming and broadcast service for high school sports until now. I want to introduce you to Dustin McMahon and Local Sports Network.
So before I get started, anybody recognize that theme song? Thank you, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a fellow Texan who wore all black and didn't smile that much. So. Every year in the U.S., 8 million people play high school sports, and 510 million people attend games. This is more than pro and college combined. In fact, professionally, only 11,000 people play, and 150 million people attend games. What's crazy is that pro sports is worth $70 billion in terms of ticket sales, merchandise, and other forms of revenue. High school sports is only worth $10 billion. This doesn't make sense. That high school number should be much, much bigger. I'm Dustin McMahon, co-founder and CEO of Local Sports Network. Let me tell you what we're doing to unlock the largest opportunity in sports. As we all know, it's really easy for pro and college teams to engage fans in stadium and online. Not so with high school sports. The world is very fragmented and at best, low tech. The only way to engage is to attend games in person or watch a poor quality streaming experience when it's available. Here at Local Sports Network, we're solving that problem. We have created a digital community where fans, coaches, and athletes can all come together. Here at Local Sports Network, we install AI-powered cameras in indoor and outdoor arenas. Once set up, they automatically track the action on the field, meaning there's no need for a human camera operator. This allows fans to watch games live and on demand in 1080p. I'm a little biased, but I think our video quality is a little bit better than the other guys. In addition to streaming games, our platform also allows you to have public and private conversations. It allows you to buy fan apparel branded from your favorite team, and it allows you to track player and team statistics. What we're doing is working. We don't charge schools a dime, making it easy for us to sign up as many as possible to work with us. We make our money advertising to the 510 million fans of high school sports and by analyzing the data that's generated inside our platform. We've secured a partnership with Huddle, the world's leading coaching video tools and analysis platform. Through this partnership, and I want to make sure you hear me very clearly, through this partnership, we have a path to reach 99% of high schools in the country. As a testament to this, we've signed Houston ISD, the largest school district in Texas and the 7th largest in the country, to an exclusive 3-year streaming deal. We competed head-to-head with the incumbent in this space, and they chose LSM. Additionally, we've received investment from Comcast NBC Universal. If you want to know more about what we're doing with them, come find me at the booth that has no signage. But I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with putting high school sports on the television and inside streaming apps. I've talked a lot about sports, but none of this is about sports at all. It's about a series of traditions and rituals related to family, identity, memory, and desire. That's at the core of everything we create at Local Sports Network. We will be the go-to platform for all things high school sports. If you were starting ESPN today, this is what it would look like. This is how you would do it. If you want to learn more about what we're doing to unlock the largest opportunity in sports, come talk to me. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Dan Canfield. I'm a local Twin Cities investor and business operator and love to go deep on the marketing and growth side of things. And one of my biggest pain points that I've experienced firsthand was figuring out influencer marketing. So when I went looking for a solution, I came across Armin and his co-founder Mackenzie and really respected what they had built. We stayed in touch over the last year, and recently I invested in Node, and since then referred several of the companies I've invested into their product that have really seen a lot of benefit from that. And because what they're building is really a real big game changer for SMBs and startups and just brings tons of value. So with that said, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the CEO of Node himself, Armin.
What's up? We live in an unequitable world. 90% of influencer marketing spend is concentrated in the Fortune 1000. It's the McDonald's, Samsung, and Walmarts of the world that are driving the spend. And that's going to the top 10% of mega influencers and celebrities. Now, influencer marketing is a $15 billion industry, but that's only going to the top 10% of mega influencers and celebrities, like I said. Now, if influencer marketing is so powerful and it's expected to double by 2025, why aren't more small to medium-sized brands leveraging it? The reason is it's expensive and difficult to execute. Today, brands are going through an antiquated and elaborate workflow that requires them to find and communicate with influencers, negotiate terms, send products, make payments, and track analytics, all while most marketers are still using spreadsheets. This means that only advertisers who have big budgets for agencies are able to navigate this complex process. The reality is that small to medium-sized businesses can't afford to spend tens of thousands of dollars a month, nor do they have the time to find and build relationships with influencers at scale. The long tail, which makes up over 95% of brands, is underserved. And these small to medium-sized businesses need a completely different tool set than what's being offered right now. Yes, there are competitive influencer platforms, but most are clunky enterprise tools that don't serve the millions of small brands or micro-influencers. And without these SMBs, micro-influencers with less than 50,000 followers will never be able to build an income for themselves. My name is Armin, and I'm the CEO at Node, where we're leveling the playing field for influencers and making influencer marketing as easy as 3 clicks. It's simple. Brands post products on our marketplace, and we match them with influencers that are ready to work. Unlike other platforms you might find on the market, we allow brands to set up their campaigns within 5 minutes of landing on our website. There's no more demo calls, no contracts. You don't even have to pay to launch on Node. For influencers, we allow anyone to sign up for our product by downloading our mobile app and accessing Node by logging in with their Instagram or TikTok account. We verify influencers based on their engagement and content quality, helping brands skip an often time-consuming step. We've also gamified the influencer experience by scoring influencers and encouraging good behavior and rewarding high-quality creators with more opportunities. We then provide influencers with a personalized shopping app, except everything is free. They can use their content as currency and also get paid in cash. The way we make money is through a nominal subscription fee that brands pay to access Node, plus a transaction fee collected from payments made from brands to influencers. Now, in the past 8 months alone, we've actually 20x'd the number of users on our platform. That means we have over 800 businesses using Node and over 2,500 creators engaging with brands through our platform. And the way we acquire our customers is through our freemium plan that's fully self-serve. You see, because we've made the sign-up process so easy for businesses, we have new businesses joining Node literally every day. This allows us to provide more opportunities to creators than any other platform. And as more influencers continue to join Node, the network becomes even more valuable for brands. And in fact, our customers They love us so much that we've had 3 of them invest in us after experiencing Node for themselves. And it doesn't stop there. We also have an incredible group of investors that include the C-suite and senior execs at Shopify, Udemy, and Shutterstock. Now, the addressable market that we're really attacking is the 28 million small to medium-sized businesses across North America that have never been able to work with influencers in the past. And by capturing this untapped market, we're unlocking billions of dollars in new revenue for both influencers and brands. And we're the team to build this unicorn. In my past life, I built 2 7-figure e-commerce stores and ran an agency for 4 years building social and influencer campaigns for direct-to-consumer brands. My co-founder, Mackenzie, who's manning the clicker, he also, give him a round of applause for Mackenzie. Mackenzie formerly worked at Google as a product designer and also operated his own e-commerce store. Now at Node, we're not building just another influencer platform. We're building a more equitable creator ecosystem and also making influencer marketing as easy as calling an Uber. So whether you're a business owner, an agency, or an influencer, if you're ready to grow your business, we invite you to join our community. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name's Doug. I have the very good fortune of this being the 3rd Techstars program here in Minneapolis that I've been fortunate to be a mentor in. And I met our next presenter. Remember when Brett talked about Mentor Madness? It was the first week of Mentor Madness in the round robin pitches. And I met our next presenter in that Mentor Madness, and I knew within 4 minutes that he and his team were onto something truly transformative for the industry they're in. By the end of our meeting, I also knew it was a massive business opportunity, and I was kind of excited about it. Now, it's pretty rare that you come across something that is so extraordinarily compelling that you want to run as fast as you possibly can to get on that rocket ship. And it's also pretty rare, I understand, that a Techstars mentor meets founders and within days joins the company. But I saw the signs, and that's what I did. Now, without further ado, I want to introduce you to the CEO and co-founder of OneScreen.ai, Sam Mallikarjunen. Sam.
So you've seen billboards. You've seen ads in sports venues. Your brand can actually sponsor a human cannon if you want to. Offline media is an iconic part of everyday life. One of my friends actually has the Sitco billboard in Boston as a tattoo. One of our customers is already successful Forbes 30 Under 30 CEO, but the LinkedIn post his mom commented on was when he posted a picture of their first billboard. I've been in marketing for almost 20 years, and somehow I still haven't gotten the letter from my mom gushing about all the Facebook ads I've run. My name's Sam Mallikarjunen. I'm CEO here at OneScreen.ai. My co-founders include former executives and alumni from HubSpot, Wayfair, and Google. In a past life, I taught advanced marketing at Harvard University. In my class, we talked a lot about online media, but we rarely talked about offline media. Why is that? Well, first, I assumed it was mostly owned by a small number of big companies. Turns out that the top 10 media owners combined own less than 10% of the inventory. Second, I assumed it was mostly bought by a small number of big companies, marketers with more budget than brains. Turns out that the top 100 advertisers combined add up to less than 20% of the revenue. But finally, I kind of assumed it was a dying industry, like direct mail or radio or my newsletter powered by carrier pigeons. But I couldn't be more wrong.
Offline media is not dying. In fact, it's the only traditional ad medium still growing. While other industries have died, offline advertising has doubled in the past 20 years. I've spent over $100 million online, and I bought billboards twice in my career, and once was just to piss off a competitor. Hopefully, none of you work for them. But why haven't we spent more time thinking about offline media? Online media was all we needed to grow before this, but that party's over. Between 20 years of nerds like me running experiments and over-optimizing it, and between privacy changes that are making it more expensive and less effective, media costs online are becoming more expensive and less effective at the same time. But brands still need to grow. So all these dollars need some place to go. Companies like Google and Facebook are going to lose out on more than $26 billion in revenue in the next 12 months alone. So these dollars are finding a new home offline, in the real world. However, as we just learned, offline media is really fragmented. Millions of buyers trying to coordinate with tens of thousands of sellers. And it's ludicrously archaic. It's $100 billion a year, and it's running on Post-it notes and spreadsheets. Sure, back in 2004, this may look familiar, you had to send an email to advertise@thefacebook.com if you wanted to spend money. But they evolved, making it easy to buy, easy to sell, and easy to measure. Offline media did not. But if offline media has continued to grow despite being so archaic and fragmented, imagine what it could become if it became easy to buy, easy to sell, and easy to measure. Well, we're about to find out, because we've launched OneScreen.ai. First, we're making it easier for media owners to sell. We're doing for offline media owners what Shopify did for offline retailers. You shouldn't have to be a fancy tech company to be a modern e-commerce company. That makes it easier for us to make it easy for media buyers to buy. We've launched the first all-in-one marketplace for all things offline media. It's an everything store, from bus stops and billboards to wrapped ice cream trucks. You can actually sponsor Little League teams, or sure, do a human cannon if you want to do that. Finally, we're making it easy and free for marketers to analyze and optimize their campaigns using our PlaceRank algorithm. Google AdWords wouldn't be $100 billion a year in revenue if Google Analytics wasn't free. Easy to buy, easy to sell, and easy to measure. Last year, we did over $4 million in transactions. This year, more than $100 million will flow through our marketplace. Maybe that $100 million includes your company. Think about who you want to reach. Whoever it is, they go outside. I don't care if you're trying to reach Elon freaking Musk. You're never going to get him with your Facebook ads, but he drives past this billboard every time he goes to see his rockets launch at Kennedy Space Center. Now, somewhere out there is somebody who wants to reach employees at NASA or Boeing or Elon Musk more than Seago's home medical equipment. But without us, they would never even know this option existed. Come visit us at OneScreen.ai. Tell us who you want to reach and what your goals are. We'll help you make your CFO happy and make your mom feel proud.
Hi, I'm H.T. Fish, college dropout and Techstars mentor. Go figure. A wise woman once told me that culture eats strategy for breakfast. And with the ever-increasing dispersion of the workforce, companies face a real challenge building meaningful personal connectivity and powerful weaponized cultures. Happyed helps them address these problems. They have a compelling value proposition. They're meeting a very powerful unmet need, and they're swimming in a profit pool that is potentially gargantuan. They have very quickly built a $1 million business that is already profitable. and their founders are incredibly customer-focused, relentless, resilient, curious, clever, and nimble. And they're also fantastic people. I give you April Johnson of Happy.
Google, Match.com, Disney, and all of these other companies have two key things in common. They all care about their employees, and they're all happy customers. These companies, like many others, work hard to maintain team morale and culture, a problem that can cost companies millions. Happy solves their team engagement problem by creating engaging team events that increase both employee quality of life and the company bottom line. I'm April Johnson, CEO of Happy, and in 2021 alone, we brought in over $1 million in revenue, serving over 130 customers. Our success shows what we've always known. Teams that have fun together better the company together. 90% of highly engaged employees say they work on a fun team. Engaged workforces see 59% less turnover, a 20% increase in sales, and a 21% increase in profitability. Yet, less than 5% of companies have dedicated team engagement personnel because it's expensive. But not with Happy. Happy gives companies and HR teams the power of a high-end, full-service event planning team at a fraction of the cost. Our platform handles all aspects of the event planning lifecycle, from ideation to booking, contracting, day of logistics, and integrating feedback loops to assess impacts on team performance. When a company inputs information about their demographics, core values, and the type of event they're looking to have, our algorithm creates a curated event plan based on their inputs. Think an easy button for awesome events. And we believe events should be personal, so companies always have access to one of our dedicated planners. At scale, the Happy software will automate 90% of the event planning process, enabling one of our planners to plan 100 times the events of a traditional event planner. Companies pay a subscription for Happy to plan a set number of events for their company per year. Then, we take a cut on each event. With the workplace forever changed, Happy creates events to fit all workplace structures: online, in-person, and hybrid. And companies are already spending over $100 billion annually on team engagement and $210 billion annually on corporate events. The time is now for Happy and our full-service platform that takes all of the work off of the company. We have an incredible team building this platform. As a corporate attorney, I've joined forces with my co-founder, Sharon, to automate all of the complex pieces of the event planning lifecycle in a way never done before. And we're also joined by our incredible team back there, Happy team. Together, we've hosted over 9,000 employees from over 130 customers, bringing in over $1.4 million in revenue, and we've done it all without raising a single dollar of outside capital. We perfected our model by hosting individual events. Now, armed with dozens of enterprise customers and growing demand, we're excited to officially launch our SaaS platform today and to announce that in just the last 2 weeks, we've already onboarded 4 of our customers onto subscription: Gusto, Webflow, Trala, and Local Sports Network. Our software will revolutionize not only team engagement, but client development, fan engagement, and community building. If you're excited about the future of work and about the power of happiness to transform work and life, we want to hear from you. Sign up, join our platform, keep your team engaged, and get happy. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Peter Young. I am the founder and executive director of Minnesota Esports Club. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that provides youth esports solutions across the state of Minnesota. I know it's a mouthful. So one of the biggest things is needing organization for such a large type of services that we provide, and LeagueOS has provided us with that tenfold. Thank you. Our partners over at LeagueOS have revolutionized the way that we handle registration, event organization, tournaments, and more. Through all the amazing things and their development team, we have been able to provide our community with a streamlined process in esports that hasn't been seen before. They have taken technology that otherwise was in drone racing, brought it to esports, and brought it to the next level. If you are familiar with other esports platforms and things like that, there hasn't been a very streamlined operation for them to have the best foot forward when it comes to esports. And with LeagueOS, they're providing an easy user experience for everyone involved. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marty.
Hi, I'm Marty, CEO of LeagueOS from right here in Minneapolis. A couple of years ago, my co-founder Joel and I created an all-in-one operating system for running drone races. It handles everything from signups to streaming to betting. Organizers around the world have run over 1,000 drone races using our software. And it got so good, esports organizers like Peter started asking us about it. They want to use it too because they've never seen an all-in-one operating system like ours before. So we listened and we did our homework. 90% of Generation Z identify as gamers. It's their favorite sport to play, favorite sport to watch, favorite way to socialize online. But it's not just kids. 3 in 4 Americans of all ages spent time playing video games last year. No other sport can claim that. But the gamer generation lacks organization. Most esports competitions are run on spreadsheets and Venmo. At best, organizers cobble together various tools because they don't like paying for software, and no one solution does everything they need. Meanwhile, smart brands we've all heard of are beginning to recognize the power and influence this gamer generation has. They want to engage with them, but the lack of organization makes that impossible to do at scale. $200 million was spent on digital esports ad placements in the US last year. But that's out of $110 billion that was spent overall. Less than 0.5% is going toward Generation Z's favorite thing to do and watch, making this the biggest opportunity in all of sports. So tonight, we're launching LeagueOS to organize gamers and connect them with brands. Here's how it works. Gamers log on at leagueos.gg and create their own leagues. They invite their friends to join, accept payments if they want, then schedule and run competitions, generating graphics for their live streams and interactive experiences for fans like fantasy and betting. It does everything, all in one. And the best part is, it's free. In fact, the gamers are going to make money through our marketplace that matches them with brands interested in sponsoring esports leagues. The brands love it because they can stop chasing gamers around the internet and they can start supporting them. And the gamers love it because it's free and they can finally get sponsored for doing their favorite thing. It's a Gen Z dream come true. Especially because we don't sell their data. We don't need to. We take a cut of the sponsor revenue as it passes through to the leagues. And right now, I'm thrilled to announce that our marketplace has made its first match. The Indie Gaming League, with 5,000 gamers, is moving its operations to LeagueOS, where it will be sponsored by a true Twin Cities success story and Techstars alum, Upsy. I know how big this can be because I spent 20 years leading innovation at one of the top creative ad agencies in the world, right down the street at Fallon. And our CTO, Joel, comes from game development and SaaS platforms, where his software is used daily by millions around the world, and he's been building popular online gaming communities since he was a kid in 8th grade. We already have over 4,000 users in our system, and we've now run successful esports competitions with the Minnesota Twins, T-Wolves Gaming, and the Little Earth Boys and Girls Club in South Minneapolis. Where more kids are coming for the esports and staying for all the other benefits the Boys and Girls Clubs provide. And we are in the process of becoming a Major League Baseball approved vendor, giving us access to run competitions with all 30 big league clubs. So if you're a gamer, it's time to create your own league and invite your friends to play. And if you're a brand interested in connecting with gamers, come talk to us about all the ways you can enable them on their journey. LeagueOS.gg is now live, and our booth in the back is open. We'll see you there. Thank you.
Remember this moment. Look at the person next to you and say, remember this moment. My name is Don White, CEO, co-founder of Satisfy Labs, Techstars, class of 2018. My company's focused on conversational search the last couple years, thanks to Techstars. Google's actually one of our investors. And when I saw a little blurb about the next company, I reached out to Sarah Bain and said, I need to meet whoever is behind this thing. And she said, I'm glad you asked. I think they'd want to meet you too. There's a time that you see a vision that's even greater than yours. And that can someone achieve this thing that you didn't think was totally possible? In 1998, two men, Sergey and Larry, came up with an idea about how to create the search experience. In 2021, another man came up with an idea about how to change it forever and the way that you think about search in your daily lives. That man's here tonight. His name is Jonah Travis. Give him a hand!
New York is the mecca of basketball. Yet for some reason, when I moved there, I couldn't find a place to play. As a former D1 basketball player, the only way I knew to stay in shape was by playing. But unfortunately, whenever I went to places that Google and Yelp suggested, they looked like this, or like this. So I thought to myself, there's people everywhere around the court. Why can't I just pay to ask them if people are playing? I can pay someone nearby to deliver me groceries, or give me a ride somewhere, or assemble my furniture. Why can't I pay for the answers to the questions I have in real time? Had I been able to do that, I would have saved hundreds on transportation and gotten back hours of my time. And from that moment, that concept stuck with me. Like, what if I could ask someone, how long is the line at my favorite bar? Or, I wonder if someone nearby could put my name down at my favorite restaurant so I didn't have to wait. And whenever I'd come home, is there any parking available near Target Field? Now, based on my experiences, I knew others had to be experiencing this as well. But what I didn't know is the extent they'd be willing to go to solve these problems. But what I found out is that 70% of adults rank the #1 reason they use apps such as Uber, Postmates, and TaskRabbit is to save time and money, just like what I was trying to do, and that they on average spend $4,000 a year to do so. However, simply knowing this didn't solve my problems, so I started Know, the search engine worth paying for. Through our mobile app, we save people time and money by connecting them to others at local places that they want to go to. To ask a question, you simply type in the location you want to go to, post a question onto our map, and then pay a small fee once you've received an answer. Once a question is posted onto our map, we notify everyone in the area, and the first person to respond is then prompted to take a video, type in their response, and then once submitted, receives the small amount listed on our app. Through our alpha app, I was able to prove that I wasn't the only one having these problems. And in the first 30 days, we accumulated 2,000 downloads and hit a record high 99 questions answered in a day. Now, this is really all possible because I'm backed by an incredible team. My two co-founders, Gus Shaw and Sam Collins, bring with them amazing experience from companies such as Capital One and the NSA. Through my experience in mobile app marketing, driving millions of downloads for thousands of apps, I knew the value of having a differentiated and efficient user acquisition strategy. So we developed B2B partnerships to accelerate our growth. Through this approach, we're able to deep link our API into our partner apps, allowing their users access to the real-time information that Know provides at the locations that their app depends upon. Through this strategy, we've been able to accumulate 12 B2B partnerships in verticals such as sports, nightlife, and now dating. Our revenue model is simple. We simply take a portion off the top and give the rest back to the person answering the question. As we continue to scale, we'll be able to offer higher margin products, such as programmatic intent data, connecting advertisers to users based on the locations they ask about and the questions that they post. Now, we're starting with the simple questions I had in the beginning. Lines at a bar, are people playing basketball? But where we're headed is a platform that will enable you to get answers in real time to anything you want. So no longer will you have to research hours on Google trying to find an obscure housing law, or look at 10-year-old articles on how to best treat a diaper rash, when all you have to do is ask someone who knows it already. So when it comes to the questions that you want answers to in real time, we want you to be in the know. Thank you.
everybody. I'm Steph. I am a former hardware entrepreneur. Hardware it's hard. It's really, really hard. But hardware is also transformative. And that's exactly how I would describe Edge Sound Research, transformative. This is actually my 14th Techstars program, but it's been one of my favorites because I've gotten to work with Val and Ethan, and they have demonstrated the tenacity, the creativity, the intelligence to actually make their vision a reality. And they know the secret to really being a successful hardware company, which is to, at their core, actually be a software company. So it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Val, co-founder and CEO of Edge Sound Research.
Hello, my name is Valtteri Salomäki, and I'm the CEO of Edge Sound Research. My co-founder, Ethan Castro, was born hard of hearing and unable to enjoy simple things such as listening to a song. His doctor said, just don't go into music. But Ethan loved music. He would hug his father's speakers to feel every note of a techno song. This passion led him to become a professional audio engineer and composer against his doctor's advice. And now he's completing his PhD in digital composition, researching how he perceives sound by combining hearing and feeling into a new audio format. When Ethan first showed me his work, my initial reaction was, holy shit, this changes everything. Let me tell you why. The last major innovation in audio was more than 30 years ago with surround sound, but they still use the same fundamental technology invented back in the 1920s. Audio peaked as surround sound because existing sound systems are directional, pushing air pressure towards you. Surround sound is the best solution to artificially make it seem as if sound was coming from everywhere, but this limits any new experience from feeling real because natural sound is chaotic. It is a result of vibration, which is why you can both hear and feel when a car drives by. This is impossible to reproduce with today's audio technology, until now. Edge Sound Research brings realism to sound by focusing on vibration instead of air pressure. This is possible for the first time with our patent-pending audio platform called Experiential Audio, which allows you to reliably hear and feel sound in high fidelity, providing the missing layer to bring content to life. We do this by turning your walls, floors, furniture, and other physical objects into the sound system by vibrating the surface like an instrument, emitting clean sound that fills space, creating an endless sweet spot. Just listen to your favorite song or watch a movie as you do now and enjoy immersion like never before. We're not just building speaker systems, which alone is a $38 billion market opportunity. We're creating a new way of experiencing and engaging with events, games, cinema, almost everything in your life. This means anything from the furniture you sit on to the screen of your phone can become a high-fidelity sound system, plus unlocks new possibilities in the virtual world by mirroring natural sound. The opportunities are endless. Our very first product, the Resonx Core, is targeted towards performance gamers and audio engineers sold on our e-commerce site. This device can simply be attached to the back of a chair, turning it into the sound system and enriching any content experience. At the same time, we're focused on implementing our B2B solution in seated venues such as sports stadiums, movie theaters, and live event venues, moving city by city. What makes this possible is our patent-pending software. The rest of the process, it's like building Lego blocks. First, we choose off-the-shelf components based on a desired experience. Then, our team prototypes the final form factor of a product. And finally, we work with US manufacturers to create products ready for implementation. With bootstrap capital, we've been able to turn our heavily researched IP into a commercially viable product in under 2 years. We now have 50 alpha users, including Grammy-nominated, Emmy Award-winning producers, as well as Twitch streamers, providing insights fueling the launch of the Resonx this summer. And just over a month ago at CES, we attracted over 1,000 professionals with leaders in audio, automotive, and entertainment. And we heard, I've been coming to CES for 25 years, and this is the most impressive thing I've ever seen. But that's not all. We're excited to announce our first stadium experience coming soon with the Minnesota Twins. This is just a tipping point for what we will build with experiential audio. Our vision is to fundamentally change how we perceive reality. In the near future, imagine your clothing being a sound system that transports you into the virtual world, where you can both hear and feel all the subtleties of the environment, such as a wind gust that blurs the lines of what is real. This future is possible with Edge Sound research. So if you want to have that holy shit moment I had 2 years ago, then come experience the Resident X in the back. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? My name is Tyree Burks. I'm the founder and CEO of Players Health. We do risk management and insurance for sports organizations. And when I was introduced to Phil and what he's doing over at SoulSafe, I just thought it was a match made in heaven. There's a transformation happening within the insurance industry. And a lot of companies within this space, if they're doing it right, are being valued astronomically high because of the value that insurance provides. And I think what Phil is doing with SoulSafe is really transforming that. I'm a huge believer in founders. And Phil has 3 things that I think are most successful in founders. Number 1, he's able to convince people to join him in their journey. He's done that with me, and I would run through a brick wall for him. He's also he's a customer, and he understands and knows his audience and who he's selling to. But most of all, he's really focusing on building a need and solving a huge problem within the space. So I'm super happy and excited to introduce Phil from SoulSafe.
Hey. You cut it. That was good. Cool. Good evening. My name is Phil Terrell, the founder and CEO of Minnesota's own SoulSafe. And I'm a sneakerhead. In other words, I love and collect sneakers. And yes, this is my actual sneaker collection. Well, some of it. In the United States, there are approximately 5 million sneakerheads and counting, with an average collection value of $20,000, just as passionate and in love with sneakers as me. In fact, the global sneaker resale market is worth an estimated $6 billion and growing at 20% year over year. That is just for sneakers. But here's the problem. The sneaker resale market has exploded and seen major changes to how sneakerheads buy, sell, trade, and even rent sneakers. Today, sneakerheads are taking a risk with every purchase by assuming they are covered under their home or renter's insurance policies. But with unclear coverages, sub-policy limits, confusing claims, and nothing tailored for sneakers, sneakerheads are left with old-school protection unfit for this new asset class. Beyond the lack of specialized coverage, sneakerheads still spend hours comparing prices on disconnected marketplaces, uploading photos, and updating spreadsheets for every pair of sneakers. Then do it all over again when the next Last Dance documentary comes out on the Chicago Bulls. Trust me, this actually happened to me. My Air Jordan 1 breads went up 66% in 1 month. But what is the culture's first end-to-end asset management platform specifically designed to inventory, price, and insure sneakers? Welcome to SoulSafe. Meet Brett. He just upgraded from his usual dad pair of Air Monarchs and bought his first pair of Air Jordan 1 breads. Naturally, welcome, Brett. Naturally, he wants to see their current market value. Using our sneaker valuation tool, SoulCheck, he can quickly research the value of any particular pair available in the market, powered by our database of over 160,000 sneakers. That's ridiculous, isn't it? 160,000 sneakers. Naturally, What also Brett wants to do is insure his sneakers simply by clicking Insure Sneaker to activate the automated underwriting engine. Brett adds some additional details for his Air Jordan 1 breads to be sent off for virtual authentication, selects his coverage plan, adds to cart, reviews his quote summary, and checks out. Each sneaker insured on the platform will be added to Brett's sneaker room and receive a Soul ID, or our equivalent of a VIN number, a digital certificate of authentication, and appraisal. What could have taken Brett hours was done in minutes. But what really excites me is not only are there sneakerheads like me, maybe some of you, but our broader opportunity includes others that collect different cultural assets, such as trading cards, comic books, and even designer handbags. Here you go. The global collectibles or cultural asset market is valued at $370 billion and growing. $370 billion and growing. With a growing pipeline of distribution partners, influencer partnerships through student athletes via name, image, likeness, and our community. I totally skipped that. That's an important slide, sorry. That's our team. We have a talented team that makes this all work. That's Corey, he's my chief insurance officer. And tonight, I'm actually excited to announce that we signed our first marketplace partnership with sneaker trading platform Barter. Thank you. Now, after every trade, users can add on sneaker insurance. And tonight, just 1 week ago from today, we launched our digital sneaker room product and have inventoried 1,000 sneakers on the platform. With a growing pipeline of distribution partners, influencer partnerships via student athletes and name, image, likeness, and our community that will fuel an internal peer-to-peer marketplace, we are just getting started. SoulSafe is at the intersection of culture, commerce, and alternative asset management. We are powered by our community and secured by the blockchain. If what I just said seems crazy as hell or has you a little more curious, I would love to talk with you. Stop by our booth or scan this QR code to enter an exclusive sneaker raffle just for attendees of Demo Day. Thank you. At SoulSafe, you should definitely scan this stuff for real before I take it off the screen. It's legit, I even designed these. So, at SoulSafe, our mission today is asset management for sneakers. Tomorrow is for the culture. Thank you.
I think Phil's mad at me because I actually didn't wear them tonight. I wore shoes that I haven't worn in years, but usually I do wear white Nike Monarchs. That's all we got for startup pitches. Thank you all for applauding, for the energy you brought. I want to thank DJ Advance also for hanging out up here, playing some music. He's going to be hanging out the rest of the night with us also, playing music for us to make sure we all have a good time. Like all of the startups said, you'll notice that all their booths are surrounding the outside here, so please do go talk to them. They all have interesting stories to tell. There's some food, the bar's open. Before we get finished here, I want all the founders to come up on stage. We're going to take a group picture, so if all the founders can come up on stage. If all y'all in the audience want to go get a drink, feel free to go do that now. Really appreciate you coming. Thank you for the energy. Meet some founders, help support some entrepreneurs.